Max Verstappen has completely abandoned the Red Bull simulator to play Mario Kart. Lewis Hamilton is secretly interrogating George Russell about the Mercedes engine. Ferrari has unleashed a bizarre Macarena Wing while ruthlessly blocking the FIA in the boardroom, and Honda is literally destroying their MotoGP team to save their Formula 1 engine. But before we start, smash that subscribe button to help the channel grow. It's really important for me. Grab a drink and let's dive in. Max Verstappen just admitted on camera that he stopped driving the F1 simulator. Why? Because his real car is an absolute track. So he is playing Nintendo instead. Let's start with the reigning champion, because the vibes at Red Bull, they are incredibly weird right now. Looking at the RB22 in the garage today before it was fully assembled, you can sense the tension. When the media asked Max how he is preparing for the Chinese Grand Prix, he didn't talk about data. He didn't talk about telemetry. He literally smiled and said, I swapped the simulator E's for my Nintendo Switch and practicing a bit of Mario Kart. Let that sink in. Finding the mushrooms is going quite well. The blue shell's a bit more difficult, but I'm working on it. And brothers and sisters, and when the best driver in the world resorts to Mario Kart jokes, you know the car is fundamentally broken. Max admitted the gap to Ferrari and Mercedes was massive, stating, we didn't have the pace of the top cars. We had a lot of degradation and graining. But hey, at least the car will look slightly different on track. Ferrari's Macarena Wing isn't the only rear wing that'll be different this weekend. Just like in the past in China, it looks like Red Bull is using its own branding on the rear wing, meaning we'll get to see the new white outline logo on it, but cosmetics won't save them from the stopwatch. Max is openly talking about his future. When asked about retirement, he dropped an absolute bombshell. I don't want to leave, not really, I wish I could have some more fun. And then the threat. I've spoken to FOM and the FIA and we're working towards something that will hopefully make it all better. Max is basically holding the sport hostage. Fix the 2026 rules or he walks. He did praise rookie Isaac Hadjar, saying he is exactly what we need as a team. But Hadjar is being painfully realistic about fighting the Ferrari. They're already ahead. To be honest, I don't anticipate us being that close again. And just to add a layer of pure spice, when Max was asked if Mercedes rookie Kimi Antonelli could win a world championship, Max just smiled, I would hope so. Mercedes is in a very strong position. Like for sure, I hope Kimi can be there, but you have to be consistent. George Russell is bragging about having the fastest car. He is calling out Max Verstappen, while McLaren drivers are begging for help with engines that are secretly being nerfed. Over in the Mercedes camp, the arrogance is officially back. George Russell was absolutely flexing in the paddock today. He bluntly stated, now I do think we've got the fastest car at the moment, and I think the PU is really good. George is so incredibly confident right now that he's already calling out the world champion. When asked who his dream teammate is besides Lewis or Antonelli, George didn't hesitate. Well, I've always said I wanted to be teammates with Max. Of course, now Max is a driver who is at an incredible level, and I want to go head to head. But then George dropped a massive piece of paddock gossip. He warned his team to keep pushing because I hear McLaren are quite overweight and they've got some weight saving to come. And this brings us to the McLaren disaster. Early reports confirm McLaren has started a massive weight reduction program. But right now, Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri are suffering. Lando was asked if their issue is the chassis or the engine. His answer? No, it's both. Let me repeat that. Both. Our tire management was pretty tricky. We need to improve a little bit of everything. Oscar Piastri echoed this depression. He said they are under no illusion that Mercedes are incredibly strong. Then we've got time to find. But here is the outlaw truth. Astonishing reports suggest McLaren did not have the latest version of the Mercedes engine software in Australia. The customer teams are being starved of power. Checo Perez, who now drives a customer Ferrari, literally confirmed this dynamic today. As a customer team, we're limited in what we can get. We can't optimize energy management like they can. The factory teams are playing dirty, and the customers, they are paying the price. Lewis Hamilton just revealed he is secretly interrogating George Russell about the Mercedes engine, while Ferrari unleashes a weapon called the Macarena Wing. Ferrari has arrived in Shanghai out for pure blood. First, the tech. Looking closely at the naked front of the SF26 in the garage, you can see Maranello is hiding nothing. Albert Fabrega spotted a new deflector on the Halo central pylon and crucial tweaks to the rear suspension. But the star of the show, the new Spec 1 flip-flop rear wing, instantly dubbed the Macarena Wing. Early estimates suggest this wing delivers a massive 1 + 5 km/h in top speed. Lewis Hamilton is absolutely buzzing. He praised the Maranello factory, revealing this wing was supposed to come much later in the year, but the team worked massive overtime to bring it to China. But Lewis, he is also playing detective. When asked about Mercedes' advantage, he admitted, "Of course, I asked Russell about the Mercedes engine. Lewis suspects Mercedes is more efficient, charging more, and suffering less derating at the end of the straights." However, Lewis remains a leader. He insists they need to stop worrying about Mercedes and just extract more from their own package. "I'm very proud of Ferrari. We've built an excellent car and engine," Lewis stated. Meanwhile, Charles Leclerc is absolutely fired up. When asked if he's aiming for a podium in China, he snapped back, "Definitely, not only the podium, but I'm aiming for the win." Recently, I've had lots of support, and this motivates me, and it's also the year of the horse, so very special year for us. But Ferrari isn't just fighting on track, they are ruthless in the boardroom. The FIA tried to give teams 5 extra seconds during the race start procedure to manage the complex 2026 systems. Ferrari's response? They completely vetoed it. They refused to allow the changes, and George Russell is absolutely furious about it. George called out Ferrari's politics today, stating, "And the FIA was looking to potentially adjust that. Oh, but as you can imagine, some teams who were making good starts didn't want it," which I think is just a little bit silly. Russell didn't stop there. He fired a direct shot. "The FIA did just want to make our life easier and just remove this harvest limit, but people have selfish views and they want to do what's best for themselves. Ferrari has their starts dialed in, and they are perfectly happy watching Mercedes and the rest of the grid suffer." Oh, and the best Paddock joke of the day? Rumor has it Ferrari engineers actually installed Mario Kart on Leclerc's steering wheel, just to mock Max Verstappen. Pure cinema. Fernando Alonso says anything but first place is pure pain, and Honda is literally destroying their MotoGP team, just to save his F1 engine. Finally, let's look at the absolute misery at Aston Martin. Carlos Sainz was brutally honest today. When asked about upgrades, he sighed and said, "In the very short term, the next 2 races, I don't think there is much. Our performance will not vary." But Fernando Alonso, he sounds like a broken man. He delivered one of the most depressing quotes of the year. "Finishing 3rd, 5th, or 17th doesn't matter much to me. Any position other than first is pain." Alonso revealed the car is plagued with unknown reliability problems that just appear out of nowhere, day after day. He said they need to fix reliability first, and then they have to worry about the fact that they are behind on engine power, and that engine power issue, it is causing an absolute earthquake in Japan. Honda's F1 engine is struggling so badly that the corporation is going all green. A Honda executive just confirmed they are sharing structures with their MotoGP team. They are now pulling resources directly from MotoGP to fix the Formula 1 engine. They are literally sacrificing their motorcycle division to stop the bleeding in F1. Will McLaren's weight reduction save them? Can Ferrari's Macarena Wing catch Mercedes on the straight? And will Max Verstappen and find his Mario Kart mushrooms? Drop your predictions for the Chinese Grand Prix sprint in the comments right now. Smash that like button, subscribe to the Paddock Outlaw, and I will see you after the checkered flag.